What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into the video. Today you're going to learn how to craft your own melodic guitar loops in the style of No Cap, Rilo Rodriguez, Roddy Ricch, and just a lot of other artists that use heavy guitar based production in their beats. So we're going to be going over some beginner steps here, and we're also going to be getting into some intermediate skills as well. So yep, let's get right into the video. Alright, so one of the very first steps that you definitely want to somewhat master is starting off with a good foundation, such as, just a chord progression, classic chord progression. As a guitarist, you'll learn that there's different chord shapes. This is a minor chord shape right here. This is a G sharp minor chord, 11th fret on the A string, 13th fret on the D string, 13th fret on the G string, and 12th fret on the B string. Going up to 14th fret on the A string, and I'm barring all the 15th fret on the D, G, and B string. And then I'm pushing it up to the A string root note. I'm sorry, on the E string, the 12th fret on the E string, another classic minor shape bar chord. And then I'm literally just pushing that bar chord, same shape, up 2 frets. And that's 14th fret on the E string. So you definitely want to learn these chord shapes. That's a classic bar chord shape right here. That's another one with you barring all 3 strings, the D, G, and the B string. And then once you get down, playing and finding your chord progression, you can start implementing other versions of the chord progression, such as adding more melodic notes and utilizing finger picking inside of the chord progression. So I could be like, so once you find your chord progression and different chords, and you figure out your chord shapes that you want, literally just move these chord shapes around and figure out what works. I found this right now, like within 5 minutes, just playing around. Let's figure out another one, just using different chord shapes. Just remember these chord shapes, this classic bar chord shape and this other one, and you just move them around and see what works. That's making it very simple for beginners and other intermediate guitarists. So a whole music theory lesson will be a whole entire different video, so I'm not going to be going over that today. I just wanted to show you the chord shapes that are very important, and just how to move them around the fretboard and figure out different variations. So let's go ahead and lay this down now. Have it at around 157 BPM. And obviously before, when you start recording, you want to actually, figure out your BPM. And the way I do that is I right click where it says the tempo, and you go to tap. And after you figure out the chord progression you want to play and you have the basic rhythm down, you just tap it in right here. So my rhythm's like, I'm gonna do 163. I had it at 157 before, but just using that tap and, you know, whatever rhythm you're feeling is definitely it. You definitely want to go with your gut on finding that tempo. So let's go ahead and lay this down now. And I already have my guitar connected to my guitar, have it in the interface, have the input selected, have the output selected, and I have guitar rig on here, and add in just my bass here, which is just a noise gate and a fast compression. And I really recommend getting Guitar Rig 6. This is an awesome plugin if you're a beginner guitarist, intermediate guitarist. If you're recording guitar, this is almost a must inside your DAW. So you want to check your levels, make sure you're not too loud. Sounds about right there. So now we're going to go ahead and lay this down. But first, before I lay it down, I want to play along with the metronome, make sure it's perfect. I'll probably record 2 variations of it, so keep in mind to get that real nice vintage sound and a very soft and clean sound when you're playing your chords is finger pick all the strings of the notes that you want to hit. So I'm finger picking the chords on the A, the D, the G, and the B string. I'm always finger picking at least 4 notes of the chord, the 4 main notes. So it adds a nice subtle tone to the chords. So now let's go ahead and lay that down. So let's go ahead and keep that one. Just chop that one little edge off, so it'd be 9 bars exactly. Gonna be clicking. I'm sorry. Gonna be holding shift, pressing that over, getting that over there to make it 16 bars. And the reason why I do that is to extend the loop, so I can add in more ideas to the loop. Now we're going to go ahead and loop the 16 bar loop, and we're going to lay down a top line melody, and you can see how that's done. And that's really done just by staying within the scale and playing really the same notes that the chords are playing, and really just finding the notes that work and just expressing yourself creatively. All right, now let's go ahead and play around and see what we can find out and lay something down. Alright, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and keep that one. So now we got the chords and we got a top line melody down, and then we can also create another loop that's a variation of the chords that's going to involve more finger picking and just more variations within the chord progression. So let's go ahead and listen to this now. So now let's go ahead and add another chord variation to this so it can have a different section of the melody. So what I did there is I decreased the BPM by 3, and then I'm sorry, before I did that, in order to make sure all the other guitar recordings are on time, I double clicked them and I put them on stretch mode. So now whenever I move up and down the BPM right here next to the metronome, it'll still be on time. So I just recorded that fast guitar part that's going to be my variation, which is pretty melodic. This is what it sounds like. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you felt like you learned something, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is only part 1 of this tutorial video. Part 2 is going to be showing you all how to add different elements to the loop, such as keys, maybe some analog synths, other sounds, maybe some bass sounds, sub bass, maybe an 808 just to fill in the loop, and we're going to be going over arranging the loop as well, and we're also going to be going over how to quantize your guitar recordings that you just recorded inside of FL Studios, and how to get everything on time with your guitar recordings. So even if you messed up during your recordings but you still like the take but it just isn't fully on time, I'm going to teach you how to get the guitar recording on the exact tempo that you're recording your beat at, and it's all going to be on time and sound great. So yep, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you guys have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.